Good evening, friends. Bit of a late start, but we're here. Yesterday we finally got the remaining crowns. We have done all of the crowns, and so we're just going to hang out and do random for a bit. I thought about starting the hat trick challenge today, but I kind of just wanted to do some random runs and just have fun doing that. Like, I really like playing random. It leads to a lot more interesting situations than when you are choosing your specific clan, combo, empire, and all of that. So I just felt like doing that for a bit. Maybe we'll do hat trick tomorrow. Don't know. That said, Magma Cultist not bad. The only problem is that it's low on defense, but we can potentially block with morsels since we'll still have one capacity even if we put Phoenix and the Cultist on the same floor. And or the morsels can also give us like lifesteal, and they can give us extra HP, and they can give us damage shields. Like, it's not the worst. Also, we do have the Space Prism, so we actually have plenty of capacity. Kind of. Flicker, not a bad start with Cultist. Echo the Time Fathers, fine. Definitely not my favorite Pyre. It can do okay work for us here. I do like Versatile Ember Staff. And it is certainly a lot better with Shade Splitters since we can play out the morsels, and that counts for the unit, and the Shade Splitter is the spell. And so as long as we just have any other thing, i.e. the blights or equipment or whatever, then we can trigger that. Nonetheless, we're taking Lightstone Casing. It's a very good artifact, and particularly with the potential that we might want to be doing like an Incant deck, that's really good. Okay, so I could play Golden Crown for the first time in a while, or I can just go full Pyromaniac all the time, and I think that's what we're going to do. I mean, it's obviously a thing we've done a bunch of times before, but still, it's nice. It is just very pleasing to set up the Magma Cultist situation, so we're going to do that. Also, already forgot that I have the new room up there. Also, still adjusting to having the different card frame since I've been so used to having the other one for so long. Regardless, there we go. Let us just whittle down the enemies so that we're not taking as much damage top floor. Because defense is kind of our bigger problem right now. No, I was really hoping for not these, but like, it's fine. The lifesteal means that even if we take damage here, we'll be in decent shape after. I'm just gonna kill one of you. We're getting the Collector, no problem. Don't need to use Phoenix's ability. The rest of our units are taking hefty beating, but so be it. Okay, the morsels are definitely helping us out a fair bit. And if I kill you, then you don't die to the attack damage, and so then you're able to kill after. Uriel's not a big deal. I'm gonna kill these ones, I guess. Okay, we should be in good shape. Also, maybe should have put out the Spear Steward there instead of one of those morsels. So whatever. We should be fine overall. God, I haven't used his ability a single time. May as well do this. There's no reason not to. I should have done that with the Spear Steward, but I didn't even think about it. Because then we could have, like, played him out right now. Again, does not matter in the slightest. Because, he's got 27 Pyre Gel and does fuck all damage to us. He's pretty dead. Easy. I mean, I did take damage from the shards. Oh, well. Now, what do we want here? I kind of want the Soul Smelter, though it is a big ask for us. Since on most turns, we're going to be wanting to, like, incant as much as we can. And in deployment, unless we get, like, a Tuned Whetstone to draw an equipment for free, like, we're going to be using up a lot of Ember just playing out Magma Cultist, probably. Still, I kind of want to do it. You know what? Let's do it. God, do I want Perils? So up against Dominion. I mean, I think we just want the Prismal Dust, especially in a world where we have Lightstone Casing. But, like, Perils is also cute, especially if we got Perils and Prismal Dust. But I think we'll just take this. Yeah, we're going here, definitely. Double stack is good enough there, although unfortunately... I mean, a Miser's kind of cute. But I think we're just taking another Magma Cultist for now. Hello, Glacier. How you doing, friend? Did you watch the thing I linked? Yeah, I did it while I was getting set up. It was pretty fun. I was not expecting to see that there. I think we just skip here, or I re-roll and take like -1 for like a fire starter. I probably didn't need to take the double stack. Like, the double stack is quite good on Prismal Dust, but God, unfortunately with the -1 Ember, I can't get rid of the Calcified Ember at all. It also means I can't play out the Magma Cultist here, or at least the second one. Okay, whatever. We'll set up like this. And you're gonna go mid-floor. I believe there are haste dudes here. Yeah, the haste enchanter. But I put him there so that if the collector spawns in the middle, we'll still be able to get that. Probably should have played out the Spear Steward on mid-floor or something. Okay. Yeah, this is not what I want to do, but we are going to greed so I can do that. Because I want to get the Soul Smelter, and I want to get the Collector, and that means that I'm sacrificing HP to do this. Especially because I can't play out the Soul Smelter on any other turn since I have the -Ember. I only got to play it here and now because we had the extra Ember from the Rubble Morsel. Okay, we're going to do that, even though I really do want to be playing some Morsels. Hello, June August. How you doing, friend? Not the morsel I wanted. But okay. Oh, I did forget that I wanted to kill that guy here. I already forgot that I need to be getting as many kills as possible for the souls. I was thinking there was no benefit to killing that guy there, but that's not true. Also, I should have used the Time Father. Okay. Yeah, and that's all I need. And that's Siphon, so it's only enemies that die. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. It is interesting that all that was required to take that from a pretty bad loss into a win is just kill the backliner. I mean, it's probably because I have the damage shields on him, so getting rid of the backliner means I'm draining through the damage shields at half the rate. Yeah, I barely got any soul out of that, which is fine. I am going to skip this. I have enough high cost already. Okay, we will take Perils now, I guess. Unfortunately, I would really like to do more Merchant of Magic stuff. We're gonna go here looking for... well, that's not what I was hoping for. Well, it's your top floor, the only gilded one. Because you can set whatever you want to whatever floor, and I just only did that one. Unfortunately, I really wanted dualism, and I wanted, like, multi-strike. Might still take this. You know what? I will do that. Incant Pyre Gel Jank, why am I not surprised? I mean, yeah, it is the common thing to do. Nope, don't want that. That is maybe the event I take least often. Get rid of one of you, I guess. Unfortunately, the double attacks from him is pretty bad for us, but we'll see. Hopefully we at least get a good first turn. Yeah, not exactly what I would call a good first turn. It's just that we knew he was going to start here, and so getting to do... like, if we had a better incant turn, we could just dump a bunch of Pyre Gel on him, and that seemed pretty good. I will freeze this, though I should maybe freeze the Prismal Dust instead. Maybe is what I should have done. Okay, don't really care about taking the Pyre damage. Like, yeah, I'm not a particularly high HP, but whatever. Okay, so we play that. And now he's going to survive and get the damage shield. Yeah, I don't have the Prismal Dust for the other thing now. Or the perils for the Prismal Dust. But, I don't know. God, you do a lot of damage. But we can maybe block with morsels. Okay. So if I do this right, we're fine. Because we can kill you. Then we can put you there, and you'll survive. You'll be in danger from him, though. Yeah, concerning. I maybe just shouldn't be on top floor at all. Yeah, this is sort of the concern. Oops. Ow. Okay, but you did heal, which was our major goal. Okay, let's have you block. I am worried about you, but we'll see what we can do. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of the Ember, but whatever. We'll save Phoenix's thing for this turn. Okay. Well, wish I had played the Prismal Dust earlier, but so be it. Yeah, unsurprisingly, we do have the kill now. I was pretty sure I could get there because I do a fair bit of Pyrogel, and I have the damage shields, which mitigate a fair bit. Like, with him having multi-strike, it doesn't do as much for us, but still decent. I actually might want Blazing Bolts here. Umberstone doesn't really help us. Forever Consumed is okay. It does do a lot more damage than it used to, and if we can just, like, minus cost it, then it does decent damage. I mean, in general, it helps us kill, like, higher health enemies. Which is not the worst, but, like, Blazing Bolts is also sort of interesting. I'll take Blazing Bolts. It does give me the stupid Calcified Ember, but fine. Kind of want Guildmonger. Definitely gonna skip. And then I think we want Ember. At the very least, because it gives me more deployment Ember. And I'm gonna do this now. Technically we can get a little bit of armor off of this. The Conduit is sort of okay. I think we just want the Medallion. It's not gonna do a ton for me. At least not yet, but it's okay. We definitely want to go here, and I'm glad that we have a lot more gold to spend. I'm still pretty low on HP, but whatever. I think we're gonna skip on the Magma Cultist for now. I think if I could get more capacity, I could play him though. You know what? I'll take him. It's awkward for us, but fine. And then we're definitely taking Pyromaniac too. Who would have guessed? Now, questions. Do we want, like, Spell Chain here? Do we want it here? The problem is, if we don't get Holdover, Perils becomes dramatically worse for us, whereas Flicker is just, like, pretty solid overall. Spell Chain on Bolts is just bad, correct? It's good if I can get it down lower in cost. Kind of. And I was considering doing the -2 here. Which we could Spell Chain it. I don't think I really want to do that, though. I do think I probably want to -2 it, just because the 3 cost is pretty difficult for me to meet. I mean, that would be a different story if I can get, like, Spell Chain Perils up and running, but I don't think I would worry about it. How does Purge and Consume work together? So, Purge takes precedence. But the Purge with Blazing Bolts is a bit weird, because it's not really actually purging the card. Kind of. It is replacing it with another one, and that new one inherits all of the upgrades that are currently on Blazing Bolts. So, it doesn't really matter that there's both Consume and Purge on it until we get to the final Blazing Bolts, in which case it will lose Purge and it will still have Consume. So, yeah. But I think I am going to do that. We're going to do Spell Chain here. Plus 10 there isn't the worst, but I mostly don't care. Because a lot of our damage is going to be coming from Pyrogel. Oh, so there is a final version of Blazing Bolts. Yeah, it upgrades twice. And that's how it works. Yeah, Intrinsic is not what I wanted there. Like, I could do it on the Space Prism, maybe, but that doesn't really help my needs. Because I want the Space Prism in deployment. I don't really want it first turn. Unless I also get, like, Soldier of Fortune, and then I can, like, summon one of the units they don't play in deployment on first turn, which is possible, but then I'd also have to get Intrinsic on Soldier of Fortune, kind of. It's just not the ideal. This is not the worst. It's just not totally what I wanted. But I will do it. It's still pretty decent for me. And I'll just make you cost less. God, I still have 2 of the Calcified Embers. Alright, that's all we're gonna spend for now. Ooh, this is bad. Because I do want to be on bottom floor, but I also really don't want to let all of the dudes go by. And also, there were the corruption dudes, which are real bad for me. I think we're gonna set up like this. Which is not ideal, but it is a thing. Yeah, so I think we're just not killing all of you. If I'd gotten a morsel that could deal damage, I could have changed that, but I didn't. Okay, we'll just do this and that, and then we'll freeze this. I did kind of forget that I had Time Father, so I can freeze this on turn 1 if I need to. Okay, unfortunately now I still need to kill all of these guys. Also, you are not great for me. Yeah. Fortunately, incant guys are real bad for my situation. And of course you're there, and of course I didn't kill you, which means that you just continue ruining my life. Dead run? Not entirely. I mean, we are in bad shape in a number of ways, and I might have to redo this battle and set up mid-floor, which is sort of doable, it just does cause problems. But yeah, this is a bad battle for us, for sure. Yeah, like, and I could save him, but I don't really want to. The problem is I need to kill, like, these guys. And getting the Scourge cards does really hurt me. Still think that Blight card should count for incant. I mean, like, the whole point is that they don't. Like, by design. Yeah, the problem is I'm not killing you this way, and I probably needed to have saved the dude. Alright, well that's not gonna work. That's fine. Okay. We're gonna set up mid-floor. The problem is that I was trying to avoid this for very real, meaningful reasons. But here we are. Okay. Yeah, but now I'm guaranteed to get multiple Scourge cards. Because I'm not killing them on bottom floor. Like, there's sort of ways I can deal with that. It's just not good. Yeah, I'll leave that, I guess. Which I can't kill you guys, which is just the worst. Would the corruption make the morsel taste bad? I would think so. Could have killed you at the cost of getting sapped, and I really don't want to get sapped. Does this help? Because currently you're going down to 71, and you're just gonna die in one hit anyways. The problem is I do actually need you to die, though. Okay, well, we'll do that. I was trying to avoid getting sapped, but we'll at least give you a chunk of sap, or not sap, Pyre Gel. Because I can't let them get up to the Pyre uncontained. Unfortunately, this all is awful. Yeah, this is why this battle sucks. I think I'm like 1 damage away from killing you. Before it kills me, that is. Because it will do 83. And so 2 hits of that will be 166. I mean, I could, like, extend this for 1 turn, but then I'm still gonna die to the next floor. Barring amazing situations, which is just not gonna happen. Yeah, having just 4 Scourge cards a turn is really the worst. Okay, let's try this one more time. I don't know that I can make it through this battle. I do think probably taking the Marker Invasion was too bad for me. But we'll see what we can do. I do get the other Magma Cultist this way, which is maybe just everything we've wanted in life. Because, like, these guys do a fair bit of damage, but, you know, so be it. Oh, I did forget that I had Phoenix's ability unused. Well, fine. Yeah, I don't love sapping myself to death. Like, Pyreborn is definitely much weaker to the sap situation than a lot of other clans are. Kind of. Or at least this manner of Pyreborn. Well, still not ideal, but at least we're not totally dead at the moment. I really should have these guys in front of Phoenix, probably. Also don't remember what boss we're up against. Suppose I could have gotten rid of you instead. I don't survive this, though, because the single round of combat kills me. Hello, Ashiaka. Thanks for the raid. How you doing? Yeah, I don't know that I can make it past this fight. We just take a lot of damage from everywhere. Heyo, I'm okay, tired. Understandable. That's my Friday. Yeah, relatable for sure. Well, I don't know, we'll freeze those. I do suspect I'm dead, more or less. I mean, like, there are things I can do, like, I can just kill these guys if I really want to. It's not particularly exciting to do that, but it is an option. But then I'm like doing nothing to kill these guys more or less. I mean, like, I put some Pyrogel on them, I guess, but it's not great. I have all these morsels that go uneaten. So you're already going to die without killing me. It's just that we have problems with literally everything else. Yeah, like I need you last turn. Not this turn. Alright, we'll just let this run die. That's fine. I might be able to, like, fiddle out a win here. We're not going to worry about it. Sometimes you just get a little too greedy and you die. Like, had we not taken the trial, we might have been able to do it. I mean, overall, it's a bad matchup for us. And it's definitely among the reasons that I should probably be taking more banner units than I typically do. But hey. We got Fade, we got Luna. This is familiar. I'm probably taking Lightstone Casing. Again, Ember Staff is a little easier to do with a clan combo like this. Particularly just Remnant, since we can hit both spell and unit pretty easily, so any turn where we have something else is easier to satisfy. I'm still just going to take Lightstone Casing, though. I will happily take Firelight, although it's still a little uncomfortable early game. Really wish that we had a better Pyre, but hey. Honestly, the minus draw is pretty bad for us, but so be it. We're just going to play out those two and only those two. Yeah, the Spirit Steward's fine. Okay. And we get Fade back, and so we keep this up. One of these goes there, one of those goes there. Sadly, we're not killing the backliner, but hey. Well, it's not quite over yet. Well, okay, it is. These guys are going to burn out next turn, because I have no way to get Fade killed in time. Oh, that's not entirely true, because, Astral does spawn with buddies. Except she's gonna have too much HP. Yeah, we're in a bad shape. But fine. Because, like, I can play Fade here, but she won't die in time for them. We get at least one Primitive Mold. So we're gonna play Fade here, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. And then we're not going to play anything else. They'll do a bit of damage, they burn out, and then we get at least one Primitive Mold here. Okay, so you're going to extend that somewhat. Well, not what we were hoping for, but fine. I don't know if that's enough, but yeah. Yeah, that was a real bad first bet, but whatever. The minus draw really hurt us, which we knew was likely to be the case, but hey. We'll take the Wicklash, even though it comes with Calcified Ember. Honestly, maybe should have taken the Purifying Cleanse, because it largely is good for my needs. Phase Blessing is pretty okay. We're up against Entropy. I'm going to not take those. I am going to... I think maybe just go here. But getting, like, Permafrost on Primitive Mold, or getting Holdover on Primitive Mold, or Wicklash is also quite good. I do like the Holdover Wicklash in particular. We do have another Merchant of Magic here, though. I'll go here. Multi-Strike or Dualism or Smidgestone are all quite good. Oh, and Ethereal Sealy's very cool. Not at all really applicable to our needs here, other than that's a one capacity unit. But so is Lunar Priestess. I'll take it for now. It does not do a lot for us, but it does make the it's a one capacity unit, and it does make the Witch Weaves do damage or healing, which is something. Unfortunately, Marker Invasion is a little scary for us, but fine. Okay, I will put you out even though I just ignored the possibility of playing you before. But I am worried about how many enemies are coming up to here. And also this lets me get the Collector. Okay, it's going to look a little weird, but we're going to put a Molten Encasement here. So that we're going to have one more unit that can kill. Still going to take some damage from you, oh well. Because with the buffs from Fade, the Molten Encasement does actually become a unit capable of murder. I can see the vision and army of Sealy, all of Mageblade. I mean, Ethereal Sealy is a good unit if you have anything to support it. Like, it does solid work. It's definitely worth being a rare. And again, it's the sort of rare that I like in that it is situationally very strong. It's bad if you don't have a way to support it. But if you do, it really shines and does solid work. Unfortunately, I did want to play the Calcified Ember here. Oh well, I really wanted to get Fade back as well. And I did want to do the Wicklash. We did it on this guy to even out the burnout, because otherwise he was going to burn out before Fade did. And that's not what we want. Okay, here we go. Fade dies, but that fuels all the others surviving. And then we just easily beat him to death. Okay, I will take another Purifying Cleanse. Draft kind of okay for us, except for the unreliability of, like, drawing it. And I'm just not going to worry about that. I will skip on these, so they're okay for me. Particularly the Purifying... Not the Purifying Cleanse. The Phase Blessing is a little better for as long as I have the Sealy. Though we're likely going to drop the Sealy over time. You do concern me a little bit. The healing right here is honestly pretty okay. Nonetheless, I think we want to go here. But, I don't know. Also, if we got, what am I trying to say? Steward's Quarters or even Exile's Diadem, that would help quite a bit. Just for the extra capacity goes a long way for us. I guess I'm actually going to go here. Not really what I wanted to do, but... Void Armament is also good-ish. Lightstone Casing. I mean, yes, I do want to utilize the Lightstone Casing. But... it is what it is. I like the Void Armament. I can't really use the Void Armament. Iron Tongue is sort of helpful right now, but not really what I want. Okay, so let's do this first. Canio is actually a pretty good pickup for us. Grisham Shell is fine. Canio is good for us. Because, we would like to make our deck more consistent. And right now, that means we essentially get a bunch of free removals. And then some budget removals as well. Okay, that's as much as I can do. Which is fine. We're a lot stronger this way. I'm still scared of him. But whatever. Okay, him being smaller does help quite a bit. I guess I am gonna play you there, though I'm worried about putting extra things in the reform pile. But nonetheless, this is pretty decent for us. Yeah, we're making you stronger, but so what? I'm gonna put you there for the future. Well, not what I was hoping for, but fine, I guess. Alright, good enough. Fortunately, we now have two things, well, three things in the reform pool, but here we are. Okay, we don't need to worry about you. We are definitely playing you out so you can die. You're gonna go there, and then you're dead even though you fuel the Great Tyrant. But now we have a buffer. I didn't really want you to burn out, but fine. Really wanted to get Fade back, but okay. I mean, as long as we get Fade back here, it's good, and also we have the kill. So I'm actually just going to get rid of that. But, I will happily take the 1 damage to get rid of the Calcified Ember. Anyways, our deck is working out a lot better now. Wickham's Recruitment does not matter. Ritual Tome does not matter. I kind of want to take Sacrificial Resurrection just to get the thing goddamn mastered. You know what? It's an extra kick in the teeth. I have to take Calcified Ember for it, and it's a card I hate. Oh well. I will not take another Paraffin Enforcer, will I? I think for now I will, even though I would like to avoid it. We're taking Capacity, although we would also like to take Ember or Draw, but... anyways, we're definitely going here. The better we make our units, the better things go. Alright, Firelight 2 it is. I would have guessed Draw. Firelight, in particular, really benefits from having extra capacity on the floor. Also, the Paraffin Enforcers benefit from having extra capacity on the floor. So if I can just fit more units, my attack power goes up dramatically. Draw, the biggest thing that I want out of Draw right now is mostly just getting into the Primitive Molds reliably. But I can also mitigate that by just removing a bunch of chaff from my deck. Like, I don't need the Witch Weaves, I don't need the Stewards, like, I can just get rid of a bunch of those, and then I just need to hit basically one Primitive Mold every turn or two. And so, like, that is very doable for me. Unfortunately, the Stupid Silence guys do cut into our game plan a fair bit later on. But we have time to maybe fix that. Okay, let's just re-roll here. Also, again, like, Canio does help me remove more cards, which is also quite helpful. It's not perfect at doing it, but it helps. Those are not really what I want or need. What I want is a way to reliably proc stealth and a way to reliably get fades bonuses, basically. Okay. Alright, well, we're most of the way there. We're not killing you, but we can deal with that in time. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. And why I shouldn't have played you last turn. Yeah, you just die, which isn't helpful either. I think I need to redo turn 1 where I'm not letting everyone burn out. I think that causes too many problems for me. Yeah. I mean, I can still maybe make that work, but it annoys me that I set up a bad situation that was easily avoidable just because I didn't really consider the consequences. I don't know. We could have made it work. It would have been still doable. We just need to keep the one Paraffin Enforcer alive, basically. But there wasn't really any reason to let this guy get killed, especially when I am already dealing with minus draw. Like, the reliability is my biggest problem at the moment. Yeah, you know what? I'll play you. I really probably shouldn't. But I think we'll be okay overall. Because now I don't have capacity for the multi-encasement, but... I don't know. probably why I wish that I could just use the Witch Weaves to kill my own units. Okay, I'd love to get rid of the Calcified Ember, but I did also really want to play Fade, because getting more HP and getting more burnout is very helpful for me. Yeah, I mean, no one else is harmed. Kel is about to come out and be a jerk, but who cares? We just kind of murder him. Since we're on average hitting for like 250 damage or whatever. I mean, resin removal's good. Wicked Blaze is technically another reform. I hate that this comes with another Calcified Ember. This is the correct play for us, though. Cover of Night is also good. Again, comes with the Calcified Ember, which is annoying, but fine. Okay, well, we're gonna go here. Please make my deck more reliable. I have 3 of these. But whatever, fine. Getting rid of these does give me extra gold thanks to Canio. Which I don't hate. We are going to Intrinsic that. We are going to Permafrost that. We are going to minus cost that. I was really looking for Remove Consume here, but okay. I might do this. Oh, I didn't actually want this on Intrinsic. Unless I have a way to kill Fade. Whatever. Fine. Bit of a mistake. That's fine. I think we're just going to Spell Chain. Hold over that. Canio helps. Worst case, just pay to remove them. Yeah, already considering it. Could also hold over the resin removal. I don't think that's going to be as necessary, though. Whatever. We'll do this. Maybe should have done some of my upgrades in other ways. Yada, yada, yada. Here we are. Soldier of Fortune's cute. Mostly just for like drawing into the Molten Encasement. Not actually that helpful though. We'll take Smelted Treasure just for the mastering of it, even though it's not good for me. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I would like to get all the cards mastered, so. Although that one I do expect that we're just going to kind of naturally master it. Currently it is bugged though. Unless they patched that today, which I don't think they did. Where it can require more gold than it's supposed to. Yeah, so here's the problem, is I would like to use this, but I also really want Fade to die. Which is a problem. Should have put you in a different spot. Yeah, because then I can kill you that way. And then I still can't kill other things. So I guess we just heal you and then we don't use the Smelted Treasure because I don't want to pay 50 gold. I don't have a lot of gold and I don't have any particular extra gold generation. Yeah, not getting you, but there's no way I'm going to get you. I don't really want you to go in the Reform Pool, but I do want to take less Pyre damage here, so... Unfortunately, the Titan Skin guys are causing me some amount of grief. Well, I could get rid of the Calcified Ember, or I can do the Wicklash, and I kind of want to do the Wicklash. Alright, well, here we are. That's not the one I wanted back. I mean, it's not bad for us, per se, but it's not what I want. Also, you're not stealthed, because I didn't do that first. So we're not gonna worry about that. You piece of shit. I guess we're using the draft again, even though I didn't want to. Not that I, like, totally have to. It is okay if I take some damage. I just would like to avoid it when I can. Also, with the holdover Wicklash, we're in a lot less danger than we were. Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. We're just playing out the Calcified Ember this turn. Because we are killing him, and so we're going to get rid of one of those three. Unfortunately, it doesn't count for Canio, because it's only purging outside of battle. Which, to be fair, is for good reasons, but still. I really wanted, like, Subsuming Blade, so I'd have a way to kill my own Fade. Crushing Demise is good, but not what we're going to take. Planetarium is sort of cute, but not what we want. Going here is not bad. Pretty sure we just want to go here. Yeah, fine. Should look at what's here first. Moonlit Glaive does very little for us. Hall of Mirrors is not particularly helpful. Kind of. Yeah, pretty sure I don't want Hall of Mirrors. Like, technically I can do some sort of cute things where I, like, make double Paraffin Enforcer and then I make double Fade. But I don't think that's what we want to do. Yeah, Resin Blades is pretty decent for us. I don't like that it's 2 cost is the only thing. But it is multi-strike. And I do like things that say multi-strike on them. Okay, I'm gonna not do that. I'm going to combine it with the Exile's Diadem, I think. It's a lot to pay, though. You take Void Arm in any day of the week despite 3 cost. Yes, but Resin Blades is more awkward to use. Specifically, so Resin Blades has this effect, return to hand when equipped unit is destroyed. But, like, it's really expensive to replay it every turn if you're using this with something like an Endless Bounty Stalker. And, like, it's a cool card. I think it probably deserves to be down to, like, 1 Ember, but it's weird to know until people have played with it more, because, like, Multi-Strike is very powerful. And you don't want to make this too powerful where it's, like, super easy deployable, or, like, there's a lot of concerns with this, but 2 Ember is a lot. Anyways, I think we want to do this, but I could also just not merge them. And maybe that's better. Because I don't have to have these on the same unit. And maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just want to make it deployable. I mean, honestly, what I want weapons cache. Congrats on the 180 crowns. Border looks epic. Well, thank you, King Steam. And yes, this is my favorite of the card frames in Monster Train 2. How's the room skin look? It looks okay. I think it's kind of cool, but it's a bit weird to me, especially with how many hours I've spent playing with other rooms. I should really... So the other part of the problem here, by the way, is that I don't have enough deployment ember for all these things. Obviously, I can fix that by just taking more deployment more deployment ember after Kale. Like, that I'm not worried about. But, yeah, I do wish I didn't have the random chaff cards in my deck, but I do. Alright, we're gonna get rid of all the Witch Weaves, I guess, and then we're either gonna combine or make something deployable. I guess I'm gonna combine. This feels wrong, but we're gonna do it. It does make my deployment situation much worse at the moment. Oh well. My deck is also just, like, fairly thin at this point, so I don't need to, like, be too crazy. The room skin looks like what Pyreborn Master would be if it got rooms for Clan Master. Yeah, here's what it looks like, by the way. It's called Golden Vault. It does weird me out a little bit that this is just a big black hole in the thing. But, like, that's how every room is. It's just that this one being larger, it's more pronounced. But yeah, it's okay. I think it's kind of interesting. But, yeah. And yes, I very much wish that we had, like, clan-specific, like, rooms and, card mastery borders. Not mastery borders, but yeah, just card borders, card frames. Anyways, I think we still want to play these guys out, because I think having the extra units is more important to us than that. Okay, let's do this. And I can't play you because you cost 1. God damn it. Well, that's annoying, but fine. Let's extend your burnout. Like, Fade's already going to extend your burnout, but this gives us a little bit more reliability. Yes, I take a chunk of damage because that guy has a damage shield. Oh well. Take a little bit of damage here, so be it. Okay, we should be in a lot better shape now. Oh, and I don't have enough capacity to play you because we don't have the reduced capacity from the Exile's Diadem. Oh well, that's fine. Also means I can't really use that giraffe, so be it. Nah, it's not the one I wanted to get back. Well, let's give him a bunch of stealth, I guess. Alright, my deck is a bit clumsy. I probably shouldn't have combined the Resin Blades. It's fine. We are going to commence murder here pretty easily. Kind of hoping we were going to get one of the Calcified Embers here, but we didn't. And that, you know what? It's fine. We did take some damage here just from that like one unit that I leaked because I didn't have quite enough power on turn 1. But that's okay. Because we do just kind of murder. Stealth units dying shouldn't trigger Harvest since no one saw them dying. Fair point. We do not need these. Heavenfall, kind of cute, although too expensive for us-ish. We're taking Ember because it helps a lot of things. And then we're going here. Yeah, kind of. Is that true? Is that what I'm doing? So like, I do want to dupe the Paraffin Enforcer. Currently I've got 7 capacity. In the ideal world, we'd just be getting stealth from a different source, i.e. the Cover of Night. And then be doing other things. I can maybe make this work. I think I do still want to go here. Even though the Merchant of Steel is potentially good for me, but I can also... Oh no, this is fine. We're going here. I'm going to do this. And I guess I'm doing that. I would like holdover for this, but I can't afford it no matter what I do, so we're not going to worry about that. I guess we'll just do this. That's fine enough. It does mitigate some of my problems. And then I'm tempted to dupe this Paraffin Enforcer and then just stop using the other Paraffin Enforcer. I could also go here and just dupe that, which might be the thing to do. Alternatively, I could also just, like, dupe the Wicklash or the Cover of Night, which is also pretty decent. So if I do the Cover of Night, I can get to a point where I don't need to rely on the Molten Encasement for stealth anymore, and that does make my life a lot better. So, I'm gonna dupe you now. And we'll go from there. Heaven Seal is a thing. It would not be my favorite thing, but it is a thing. Yeah, let's do it this way for now. My most hated thing. Fair enough. Okay, we're killing you, unsurprisingly. I'm just gonna get rid of you. I'm gonna play you on a different floor. Unfortunately, I'm not getting rid of this guy, which sucks. Well... Oh, and I can't play you because, once again, I don't have enough Ember because... You don't even get the draft to be free, because why would you get the draft to be free? Yeah, I don't love this. Well. Also, the resin removal would have been nice the last turn to get rid of their reanimate. Yeah, can't even get you. Of course not. Okay. We're gonna let some damage through, but we're very strong overall. And at least you'll stop generating Scourges for me after this turn. We take a little bit of damage. Doesn't matter. We got tons of health. Who the fuck cares? I certainly don't. This is why we have the Brimdable. Specifically, why it is on Permafrost. Yeah, so if I want to kill you, I would need another unit. I kind of want... You know what? This is... fine to put you there. Sacrificial Blade would be nice. Yeah! Yeah, it would. Definitely will agree with that. Okay, this is not a bad turn, though, because we can do that. And then that. And then the murder begins. I do wish that I had Spell Chain or Holdover on the cover of Night. But, hey, it is what it is. I'm glad that Fate is doing a pretty decent job of blocking for us. God, this stupid draft. I don't want it. That's part of what makes me so angry about Sacrificial Resurrections, because even in the use case where you're trying to use it to thin out your deck, it still gives you another unit. Like, it still gives you another card. And a pretty worthless card. And it's a card that can, like, fuck up your Reform pile. Like, it's just frustrating. Anyways, we just easily murder a Thane here. Oh my god. Well, there's Subsuming Blade, but, like, way too fucking late to get it, because there's no Merchant of Magic hereafter. Memorial for the Melted is sort of interesting for us, but too late, kind of. But it would mean that I wouldn't have to be reforming Fate anymore. But there's no Merchant of Magic. Memorial could be nice to remove reforming. Yeah, the problem is that I don't have Deployment Ember for it. And I think it's just not what I want to do. Could be nice, though. Nonetheless, I think we're going to skip. I'm going to take this, I guess. I don't know. I'm not in love with these choices. Don't care. Don't care. Do kind of care. Echo Vault is not helpful. Fight Club is fine. I will take that. No, that's not really what I was hoping for. Okay, we're gonna dupe this. And here we are. We are in okay shape. Not the best shape, not the worst shape. Better shape than we'd be if we were up against a different Seraph, but that's fine. Also, it would have been nice to make another good Paraffin Enforcer. Does not matter. Not so worried about it. So, we're going to do a couple weird things. Namely, we're going to do this. And then we're going to set up, I think, top floor. What do you think about Echo Vault? Is it worth its energy cost? Yes, kind of. It can be very strong. It is a cool card overall. I always think that there is a silence dude in this first wave. And there's not, but that's fine. Anyways, we're going to give 2 turns of stealth. And we're going to give you guys some burnout so you can buff each other. And we're not going to sacrifice a resurrection. But yeah, Echo Vault is good. It has some weird bugs right now, but aside from that, like, you know, who cares? Do I care about the Ethereal Sealy? Not a ton, but fine. But yeah, anyways, it is a good card. It can do some very strong things for you. I like that it gives more options for another, like, strong room to consider. It is expensive, but it definitely, like, pays itself off over time. Okay, we just keep doing that. Unfortunately, the silence dude is here, which is a problem, but manageable. Mostly just annoying. I'm not reforming Fade this turn anyways, but it does stop these guys from doing their thing, which is a little annoying. Anyways, we're just going to increase our burnout. Unfortunately, I don't have stealth because my deck is not quite reliable enough in that regard. Could also do the multi-encasement here, which I actually think I need to do. Because I did make the enemies somewhat strong. I can manage my burnout somewhat just by juggling. So that's what we're going to do. But this is one of those times where having higher draw would be rather useful. Or higher capacity. I'd consider not playing out the Ethereal Sealy so that I could have better capacity. Okay, I guess we're gonna do it like this. Although again, now we have to contend with you, which I don't love. Fortunately, it doesn't really matter what I get back here because we're blocked on... Like, we're silenced, so it doesn't really help us for Fade to die. Also, the stupid Smelted Treasure is just a dead weight because I don't want to spend the 50 gold. We'll do it in the last fight, it's just that currently it's not helpful for us. Yeah, that's real bad. Oh boy, my equipment comes back, but all the good that does me. Yeah, fuck you too, you bastard. I mean, I can do that. Unfortunately, again, I don't actually get the stealth here. And our Sealy burns out too. It was a bad series of events. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Having my Paraffin Enforcer die on that one turn really kind of ruined things. I mean, there's a lot of things that went poorly. I think I need to be just building up more stealth earlier is the main thing. And or I need to just not be playing the Ethereal Sealy on the floor, which I'd considered, and I didn't do. But I do think it's important enough that we avoid that. I really just don't generate enough stealth for what I want, but that's fine. Also, maybe I should have taken Memorial of the Melted, but hey, here we are. Okay, either way, I think we just avoid the Sealy. I think I got too greedy in that regard. Especially since I have been pretty consistently buffing enemies with the Chosen Ardents and all that. Okay, there we go. I wanted this to die because if it survived the next turn, we wouldn't get the stealth from it dying. But because Fade was blocking, it wasn't working. But anyways, we were able to do it by just buffing the enemies. And yes, I am buffing them. Also, I probably should have given you some burnout. Oh well. Doesn't help that he's constantly giving me the Curse of Entropies when I have very poor draw power. But hey, here we are. Okay, let's just up your burnout a little so that we're less in danger of that being a problem. I mean, overall, this should be working fine. I just got too greedy by playing out the Sealy. Because what's most important is that I have plenty of stealth. And burnout, but, you know, that part's not really an issue. Okay, well, we should be fine. God, fuck this shit, though. Truly the worst. But this is why we need stealth. Okay, you can have stealth. You're an asshole. It doesn't actually help. You're both dying anyways, because I made the enemy so strong. But we'll see what we can do. I definitely should have held on to the Permanent Mold for next turn. Yeah, we're fine, though, because I still have enough stealth, and I do enough damage because I didn't let these guys die this time. That turns out everything's okay. Turns out having a group of dudes who does, you know, 1,500 damage on a single unit is a lot. Alright, on to the Titans we go. As we were always meant to be. Oh, man. Now, it shouldn't be too bad. We will be getting We will be getting the corruption buildup, but that's sort of doable. Also, we might draw the... we might draw the Molten Case on the right turn. I think we're just starting on bottom floor because we can make them stealth, and we can still play Fade on a higher floor to get killed. And that is more or less what I care about. Maybe shouldn't be playing that on you. And I do have the resin removal to protect me. Okay. Well, let's do a chunk of damage to you and start our scaling. Give you stealth. And then Fade and Friend. Alright, we should be pretty fine. We just need to keep the stealth built up, among other things, but... okay, so I do have to do this to keep you alive. And I guess we'll do this to turn 2 bad cards into 1 bad card. Or I can do that. You know what? Let's do that. So we have a little bit more time since I am struggling to draw into the goddamn things we need. Specifically, I just want the resin removal so I can get rid of the corruption and the sap now, but especially the corruption. But having the armor mitigates that quite a bit. Okay, well there's Fade, which does help. And then we just continue taking damage from Savagery and Dominion. There's nothing we can do about that, and it doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah, the other guys are a bit weak on Burnout, but that's fine. They're getting more over time. And we may as well do this and just spend my remaining 50. Who cares? Takes our entire crew to do that, but we get through. And for the first time in a while, we can have both of our units back. And then he does us the kindness of killing both. Alright, well, Dominion's down, Savagery's down, we're just waiting to kill Entropy now. Which shouldn't take much longer at this point. We've reached critical mass where we do kind of just murder things. So, not too worried about it. And if we don't do it next turn, then the turn after when Savagery comes here, we will very definitely clearly murder. Yeah, we have it here, even if you guys are jerks. No need to do that, or the Curse of Entropy. We'll just make a Giraffe, who does fuck all for us. Alright, take a bit more damage, and then we murder Entropy real good. Anyways, we had a bunch of clumsy things in that run. That's fine. We got there. Hey, thanks for the raid, Dembai. How you doing, friends? Murder? Are we the bad guys? Only you can tell me that, Tom. Anyway, Smelted Treasure and Sacrificial Resurrection were basically useless for us, but we mastered them. He did have 3 Calcified Ember. I had a lot of Calcified Embers. I had a bit of a clunky deck, but that's fine. That's fine. I just need to be better on stealth. And I don't know. There's a lot of things I could have done differently. I made a couple greedy plays that were not as good as they could have been. But that's fine. Anyways, what do we got this time? I really do hate the Proto Heart Cage. I understand why it's in the pool, but it is pretty lame. Also, I was hoping to play not Remnant again, but fine. Howl Drippings would have been real nice last time. Twisted Assistant is good. Wickless Tycoon is a bit awkward for us. Well, this is an interesting set of options. Well, that's amazing. I only started playing yesterday. Well, I hope you're having fun. It's a great game. If you have any questions about the game or strategy or anything, you know, feel free to ask. I have a lot of hours in both Monster Train 1 and 2. Actually, when Sacrificial Resurrection consumes cards in hand, does it trigger Moral Mistress? Yes. It does trigger Edge. It does count as consuming cards. This game is so much fun. Yeah, it's one of my favorite games of all time. Wow, cool. I mean, yes, that is like the one cool thing about Sacrificial Resurrection. But the card itself just mostly angers me. Similar to whatever that unit that I'm blanking on the name of it is. It's going to drive me crazy until I can remember what it's called. It's something, Formless Child. Which I may as well show on screen now. There it is. Formless Child. The card that has no business existing. It just doesn't do anything that anyone cares about. Yeah, you knew what I was talking about, Tom. But he a cutie. I just want it to be retooled to be like a good unit. Like, change it so that on Extinguish or as an active ability, it becomes a copy of a unit in the Reform pool. Done. Actual good unit that Remnant cares about. Is it 1 edge or is it X etches? It's 1 edge per card consumed. Anyways, looking at our actual run and the things at hand. Neither of this helps us right now. Pretty confident we want Dante's Footstool. There are good things that can be done with Manifold Mirror, and I'll tell you right now, a kind of cute option for this clan combo would be getting Inferno Room and just tanking the Inferno as we kill everything. I don't think we're going to do that. I think one way or another we definitely want Dante's Footstool. We'll see what we end up getting with it. But like just the free room, like Deployment Ember is so important already that this is pretty helpful. Anyways, what are we doing here? Firelight is good and is a lot easier to run with Howl Drippings. On the other hand, we do have a bunch of extra units, which makes it way harder to reform her consistently. Obviously, there are ways around that. Like, I could actually get targeted reform instead of just using the primitive bolts all the time. And something like the Twisted Back on something that's being buffed by Fade is pretty good. Actually, like, Sacrificial Resurrection is this cool way of getting rid of the curses. Even had intrinsic holdover Sacrificial Resurrection. as I explained yesterday or the day before, I just think it's a very clunky card. And if they just, like, tuned it in one of 2 or 3 different directions, it would be a much cleaner, more interesting, more useful card. Like, right now it's just a weird mishmash of things that don't really work well together. Like, I see the vision behind the card, but in actual practice, it's mostly just frustrating and bad. Anyways, what are we taking here? I might take Eternal Flame. It's definitely not my favorite Fade, and Firelight is pretty good for us here. Kind of. And there's definitely a world where we can just make it even better. Especially with, like, new Lady of the House, it's pretty solid. Especially since we have the Howl Drippings, that's pretty good. Yeah, Eternal Flame for the Harvest Greed. Yeah, I mean, that is part of what I was considering. Hey, thanks for the follow, Denbai. Yeah, we'll just take Eternal Flame. It's Not very exciting, but it's fine for now. Okay, so you go top, you go there, and then we call that good. Although I don't really need to worry too much about my reforms. Anyways, I did want Twisted Assistant, so there we go. You're just going to block a little bit for us, and then I guess we're just going to block with you, and I guess I'll play you out even though I just skipped on playing you. Anyways, we're going to get a lot of gold. You can have that. Fortunately, the Howl Drippings largely doesn't help me. I'm just gonna let you die. I should have given that to him. I don't know. Don't care. I will do this. I was debating not playing anything here so that we would have more things reach top floor, which we could then kill alongside the Tycoon, but meh. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have anywhere to play these guys because I filled up my entire train because that's just what our life looks like right now. Oh, yeah, this will be fine because these guys will kill Fade next turn. So we'll still get her back at the right timing. I guess I'm willing to do this and just get some damage on. It doesn't help, but that's fine. And I don't need the extra scissor hands. And so we're just going to get rid of them. I'm going to do this for the greed. Because it's then one more unit I can play here to get some extra gold from a dime. Okay, so they kill Fade. We're going to put Fade behind him probably next turn. I mean, we shouldn't even need to do that. And we can get a little bit more gold from you burning out. Could prevent the burnout with Howl Drippings. Don't need to, don't want to. We want more things to die so we can get delicious, delicious gold. No. Kind of. Another Howl Drippings is sort of interesting, but not important right now. And there's the molded that we maybe would have wanted if we took Eternal Flame. Not Eternal Flame, Firelight. I will point out, we got a lot of gold from that fight. I will take another of these, though there's a good chance it ends up not mattering. And we're up against Dominion. I think we're just taking It's Alive. It also helps against Archeon. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna go here. Almost 500 gold after the first fight. What the fuck is that? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. Okay, not exactly what I want. That's fine. It's not what I was hoping for. I was hoping for Lady of the House or maybe Paraffin Enforcer. Both of these are sort of acceptable right now. Paraffin and Thug mostly as a means of us putting Twisted Assistant, the Twisted Back for the Trample and Rage on him. Baron, on the other hand, does It is just decent scaling, kind of. It also helps us get past the next ring in case we see Legion. Since currently we're not well suited to dealing with the spikes. Also, I kind of want to go to the Merchant of Arms here to look for a room, but I think we're not going to worry about it. Inferno room would be really good for us, although it wouldn't work well with Harvest in the long run, but that's fine. But it would be very good into both Kale and Dominion, although I think this is the Kale where they have 60 HP, is that correct? Yeah. Yes, they're the ones who have 60. The only ones who survive Inferno Room. So, scratch that. Alright. We're going to greed for this. And actually, we're going to give you HP just to mitigate that. And we're going to start thinning the deck a little bit. Okay. And yeah, no surprise, it's Legion. Who would have guessed? Okay, so I think what we're going to do is something like this. So you're going to die. We have time to get the Twisted Assistant to die, which then we're going to put on the Paraffin Thug. And then the sky is the limit. Because Fade softens him up, and then Paraffin Thug knocks him down. None of this really matters. Unfortunately, we don't have a bunch of capacity to play things out alongside the Tycoon. On the other hand, what we do have is the Paraffin Thug just murdering everything. So, it works out. He is dying, but that's partly why we have the It's Alive. I guess we give that to you. I don't really need the equipment. And I didn't want him to trample and kill things. Anyways, we know that he's getting the kill here. I guess I maybe could have gone a little bit more gold for Fade. Doesn't matter. We got tons of gold. After Fight 2, even after spending some gold, we're at 1,000. Like, not bad. Max Greed Run for a second. I thought you were playing Pyreborn. Yeah. I mean, Remnant was the gold clan before Pyreborn. They're just, it's not a huge part of their clan. Driftfall is good. Molten Encasement is also good. I think we're taking Driftfall. Are we? It's just such a useful card, but like Molten Encasement also solves many of my life's concerns. I mean, I do really like Molten Encasement, although I don't have a reliable way to reform it, kind of, and we're not going to get a Merchant of Steel until here, which is sort of fine. We're definitely going for the Merchant of Magic, probably because I want this Remnant banner too. I mean, the Paraffin Thug's doing good work for us at the moment, it's just I would like something more reliable. Yeah, I'll take that. I do really like the Driftfall, but this is good. We're skipping on these, so Explosive Reaction's good. That's interesting if we hit what I want to hit. Yep. Okay. Well, we're gonna hold over, remove, consume the Howl Drippings. I guess I'm gonna permafrost that. I don't think that's actually that helpful for me. Meh, I've got the gold for it. I'll do it. Ooh. Ooh. Well, isn't that interesting? Alright, who am I to say no? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, we got a number of things to solve now, but we have some powerful options available to us. Okay, so we want you and you on mid floor. We want you and you on top floor. We want you to die, and you can die too, and then we just block that. Okay, so there's that and that. And then we'll do the Molten Casement there, so you guys don't get pushed out of arrangement. And we'll let you die, and you die, and then I guess put that there. And I think we leave the other slot open. Okay, so let us do some things. First off, you survive now. And our Molten Encasement is not reliably going to be the reform target now, which is fine. It's like we're building comp for attack per gold dragon, but we are not Pyreborn. We are gonna be pretty strong is what we're gonna be. That's not what we wanted, but that's okay. I'm actually not gonna let these guys die. It's fine. We're pretty strong overall. I'm not getting quite as much kills with the Paraffin Thug as one might desire, but that's a pretty minor concern overall. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay. I mean, even with my reduced, like, kills, we're still getting a lot of gold. Okay, those are not the things I want, but that's largely okay. I'll still do that so Fade can die and we get extra gold. Oh, except then I don't get one of the kills with the Paraffin Thug. That actually was worse. Well, so be it. I think you just want to leave it like this so that you'll get the kill here and we get extra gold. I think that's fine. And then we're gonna murder real good. And there he goes. Okay. Well, overall, we're pretty strong. That Wax and Spike is a bit unnecessary. Still kind of want it. I am gonna take it. I am gonna skip these, even though the Paraffin Thug is sort of okay for me. Only 910 gold. What have you been doing? Okay, so what am I doing? I kind of want capacity right now. Draw is also good, but again, we can mitigate that by just making our deck better. Ember is nice, though not a huge necessity at the moment. I think we're just taking capacity for now. Okay, and then we definitely want to do this. That is not what we wanted. Honestly, Hook Hand, or Meat Hook, very good. I am willing to take that. Sure, I got the gold, we can afford that. Okay, well, we're gonna dualism that, because that does just take care of a lot of problems. You are gonna be smidge stoned. And frankly, I think we're just gonna give you extra attack, because I'm not gonna give you multi-strike if it shows up later. Do have a bit of a mess now. Also, I would have taken Firelight if it was offered, probably. But it wasn't. So that's fine. We're going to take Eternal Flame. I don't care about Little Icarus here. Okay. Let's get rid of a couple things. Endless not what you want. Fair point. I did kind of want it. Kind of forgot that I wanted it. That's fine. It matters a lot less now. But it would have been a good pickup. I just spaced that it was something I was looking for. I was so focused on everything else, and here we are. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I'm not going to play you out yet. Or, actually, I'm going to play you in the mid-floor. I'd like to get rid of the Calcified Ember, but whatever. Okay, it's going to look a little weird, but we're going to do this and then that. I have the reliable burnout extension, so I can just extend their burnout every turn. Even though I just gave burnout to non-burnout units. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it like this. Out of greed. Okay, so this is partly why we put him here, so if it showed up here, we could pull it to the front and have him slay it. Yeah, I guess I just leave you there. I'm just trying to make sure I'm still getting a good chunk of the kills on top floor, but that's okay. And then we just keep doing that. And then you can just burn out here for a little bit of extra gold. Okay. So even if I play Fade here, she's not going to die. I'll just play you there so you keep stacking up. Endless on the Tomb is good. Yes, I had meant to do that. Didn't do it. It's fine. You don't always need it, to be clear, but yeah, it was a thing I meant to do this time. Honestly, I kind of want to pull you up front just so we're losing slightly less kills to him. Alright, for the greed of it, we'll play those there so they die. You're going to get all the kills there. Fade will continue doing Fade things. And you're going to die, that's fine. I wasn't really worried about that. Oh no, it's Ajax! Okay, so you'll block a little bit for us. Doesn't matter, you'll lose that on death anyways. And then you're taking damage no matter what from the corruption, which is fine. I'm just trying to get a bunch of gold. I could pull one of these guys up front. Ajax pretty strong, beats Quota 1v1. I mean, Ajax is weird because he's really hit or miss. I do actually fear Ajax with, like, Pyreborn in particular. At least for the way that I typically play Pyreborn. I mean, there's plenty of Pyreborn decks that don't have problems with him, but a lot of the, like, classic Pyreborn things do run into issues with Ajax. But yeah, Quoto is something. So we're gonna do this both so you can heal and so that we can get the kill on you. I guess we'll play that out for Delicious Gold and for Stealth. And then I guess we'll just do this. I don't know if that kills. I'm not gonna worry about it. Now I'm Quoto doing a TikTok dance in my mind. Hope you're happy, Sal. I was here just lurking, enjoying your stream, and now I'm in hell. Well, I think it's where you deserve to be, Tiny. So, I mean, it makes sense. Okay, so we get one more death from Fade. And then, unfortunately, we don't get the Slay on the Paraffin Thug, but it doesn't matter. We're still at 755 gold. I do like Engulfed in Smoke. Resin removal is decent for us. Engulfed in Smoke would get rid of the need for Endless on the multi-encasement. I don't know that I care. It's still nice, though. I think I'm still gonna skip it. Resin removal is nice, but doesn't really matter to me, I don't think. Yeah, we're just gonna skip on that. Replicator Ray is cute, but no. Horrify is fine. At this rate, we'll never get to swim in our coin vault. I'm gonna make Horrify is fine, but I'm gonna skip. Okay. There's only one dupe after this. No, there's two dupes after this. Okay. I'm still pretty sure I want the dupe right now just so I can make a second Lady of the House. I think that's just pretty good for us. There are things I want to do with the Merchant of Magic. Namely, I very much want, like, Intrinsic Spell Chain Small Gift Box. But it's not a big deal. And there's the possibility that we get whatever that artifact is that I can never remember its name of. Sure, we'll take Guild Marker. Yeah, I'll take Melting Spout, I guess. These don't really matter. Anyways, Combustible Wax. I always want to... I always think it's something else that like starts with C, but anyways, Combustible Wax, the one that gives +4 or +3 burnout every time burnout is applied, would be really good for us. Doesn't matter. Crown of the Eternal, worthless for us. Trader's Quill, largely worthless. And I don't think we need that. We don't have any equipment. I also still don't have any room for Dante's Footstool. I don't know if we're ever going to get a room, but hey. If we did get Memorial for the Melted, that would give us Endless for the Molten Encasement, which would be nice. Anyways, let's do the Alcove first. Conduit on Slay. You get equipment from graft units. If you're talking about the Frenzy Stetsia, yes, that is true. And a valid point. But I might not be using them long term. I mean, it's probably still worth taking. It's a valid point. And do I actually want Leaky Pen? The extra draw is nice, but I do actually just kind of want the extra Ember right now. I mean, Leaky Pen is quite good, don't get me wrong. And that's why I'm sitting here hemming and hawing over it, because I might take it regardless. I kind of just want to take Quilling Catcher, though. We definitely don't need Clepsydranium, who cares? Is by far the least... Is by far the one I pick least in this event. Wolos Bloodletter is also a little uncommon, but that one has some solid use cases. Clepsydranium I just largely don't care about. Like, sure, it can do some good things in Luna, but mostly I don't care. Anyways, what am I actually gonna do here? I don't know. I'm just gonna take Quilling Catcher. Leaky Pen is good, but I don't really want to lose the Ember. I guess I will take this. It does have some good use cases, I suppose, even if I'm going to be removing a lot of the graft units from my deck. Speaking of, we'll get rid of one more right now. We are going to make another Lady of the House, and then we're going to move on with our life. We are definitely going to set up top floor. And you're going there. Okay. So, we want this first so we get it back next turn. I'm willing to play you there. So you die. Although I could have... Actually, let's do this differently. So we're going to do... that, then play you, then I can play both of those. And now our dudes have dramatically higher stats, which is what we in the biz call pretty good. It's pretty nice. I'd certainly enjoy it. We'll just play those out and then let you burn out just so we get more gold. I do want the trample, and I'm sad that you are letting me down. But I think we're going to take a odd tactic where we do that to get you killed, because I want the gold. Not that we're, like, hurting for gold, but I always want more, and also, it's the principle of the matter. Sure, we'll let more things die, even though maybe don't want to be filling up a reform pool, but that's fine. I'm a little worried with how much damage you're taking, but that's probably fine. I think we're just not going to worry about the meat hook. What I do want... I probably should have reformed and just not played out what I got back. So what I do really want is I want you. I could have done this slightly differently. Because what we should do is we should play this first, so we get the extra Ember back. Then we do that, and then we just don't play you out, and we just continue letting Fade do her thing. Okay, I am going to do this, even though maybe shouldn't, but that's fine. Yep, so I will take the damage from the shard, who cares? Sadly, this is not dying this turn. I do want this to burn out this turn. And you heal if I do that, so I'm willing to do it. And then Fade goes there, does a little bit of damage. I can make you do more damage, so I don't think I'm really worried about that. Maybe? You know what? Let's just make sure. I don't actually have all that good of defense, and there is a lot of attacks to chew through here. Okay. I mean, we're fine as is, but can we be more fine? Sure. And every time he dies, we get 10 gold. And every time our Paraffin Thug hits him, we get another 30 gold. And there we go. Whole lot of extra gold. As we just farm his reanimate. Don't need the Remnant Pact. Kind of. I could use that as an option to get around my needs, but I think we were fine without that. I don't need Wicked Blaze, and I'm not going to worry about Sacred Wicks. Really would have enjoyed that Surgical Strike last run. Then again, we weren't Lazarus, so, you know, there are reasons that we didn't see it. It's fine here, but I mean, I'm going to skip it. And then, pretty sure we're going for Merchant of Steel. Yeah. I mean, I would like the Merchant of Arms for a number of reasons, but this is rather good for us. Well, I wasn't going to do this, but I will. Okay. I mean, I've got so much money that, like, sure, I'll do that. Okay. Endless and multi-strike is what we wanted. There we go. And there's Memorial for the Month. Should have looked at this first. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care anymore. Technically, I do get these for free. I could take the weapons cache and then, like, go to the Merchant of Arms and just try to get some good equipment. I don't really care about that, though. Like, I'm pretty strong with or without the equipment. And I do have the Twisted Assistance, which already give me a good equipment. I could get rid of the Twisted Assistance, mind you. But I don't think I super care. And I think I just want to go for the Merchant of Magic and then just, like, dupe the Lady of the House twice. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty happy with that, I think, overall. Yeah, who cares? I am going to stop using some of the things I've got. But we're going to have a rather strong deck, all told. So, you're going to go there. Yeah, I can't quite play out everyone this way, but maybe that's fine. Yeah, this is the problem. Alright, have a nice night, Fury. It's weird that I'm doing exactly 179. I mean, I can definitely, like, fix this slightly by just playing out the It's Alive. I also probably should have just set up on mid-floor, like I was originally planning. Yeah, this is why I wasn't doing this live. I guess I can do that, which is still fine. Yeah, like, this is whatever. Like, yeah, you got damage shield, but we can deal with that by just doing that. Or I could play Fade there. That's also an option. Yeah, I definitely should have had you behind the Lady of the House, but I didn't know at the time that that was necessary. Okay, we're gonna do that, though it does mean that you're not gonna die. Oh well, whatever, fine, who cares? And this way, we can start buffing you with these. And then we'll just keep dazing you repeatedly. Unfortunately, I still haven't played out the Wickless Tycoon, so I am missing out on a bunch of gold. I'm gonna tell you again right now, barely matters. Alright. Unfortunately, he's not quite strong enough to kill multiple dudes, but at least he kills something. And with the Tycoon here, I'm now getting extra gold, which is nice. And then we just keep dazing you because Meat Hook is good that way. A single dualism Meat Hook can just permadaze flying bosses, which is good. Alright. I have put him in a little bit of danger, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess I do this. Unfortunately, you're not getting a kill either way, because I kind of didn't plan this out well. But, again, we're not hurting for gold. Like, that's not our big concern here. Alright, whatever. We'll leave you up front. You are just going to cleave through some of these guys. Not all of them, sadly, but some of them. And then we just murder Kale before he does anything meaningful. Ta-da! Okay, I mean, the Resin Blades is nice. That would have been a reason to have the weapon cache, which I sadly didn't take. I mean, I still would have had... No, I was going to say I would have had to put deployable on the weapons cache, but that's not true. That's the whole point. I have Dante's Footstool. I don't really need Resin Blades, but it is good. Sure, I'll take it. Oh. I should have made different choices. Now, I'm pretty confident I just want the Ember. Because I need more deployable Ember. Technically, it's possible that we could get Artificial Pyrostone, but the chances of that happening is low. So we're not going to worry about it. Okay. Remove, consume, I guess is gonna go there. I was hoping for intrinsic, but mostly it doesn't matter. Eternal Flame it is. And then we make another Lady of the House. And then we remove more things that just don't matter to us. Okay, we're gonna get rid of those now. Soon I probably want to get rid of the Paraffin Thug. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave this for the time being. That's fine. Could take the Holy Stone, who cares? Okay. We should have enough time to bulk up. And also, if I let a little bit of damage through, not that worried about it. Okay, let's put you there, I guess. Just assume that that's alright. You're going there, and then you'll go here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that does make me quite a bit stronger. Unfortunately, still not stronger enough. Maybe should have done that differently. Well, we'll see what happens. I just didn't want to set up on bottom floor, or on not bottom floor, because I do want to be able to kill the amalgams. But here we are. I think I need to do this, because I need you guys not to be dying, like, next turn. And whatever, we'll be taking damage from you, it's not the end of the world. Okay. So, we have things that exist. How greedy is it to put on you? I think we want to put on you. We do get a lot stronger from all of this, though. And we have defense now, and then we're just going to take damage from you, and that's fine, and whatever. And it's not great, but it's fine. I can do a tiny bit of damage to you. It doesn't help, though, because it doesn't get you down to 130, which is where we need you to be if we're going to kill you. There's maybe ways I could have done it if I'd used the Howl Drippings on him top floor. Doesn't matter. We got HP. We're fine. We'll make do. Oh, let's do this in the right order. And then our team just kind of murders everything that dares oppose us. We're not doing the best job of the Slay Trigger. I knew that was going to be the case. But whatever, fine. I should have played out the Molten Encasement there. I didn't. It's fine. Who cares? Ta-da! And we still have tons of gold. The 100 from the Quilling Catcher is like a drop in the bucket. Memorial for the Melted is fine. Votivary doesn't really help. It's also still annoying that Votivary is mechanically acts like a tomb, is not a tomb unit, so doesn't benefit from things like Melting Spout. I don't think we care. Technically, I still get Memorial for the Melted for free, but I don't want it. Could sort of save me some HP during the Titan fight, but man. And then we're going here. Does not help. Guess we take that. Cute. Maybe take the Pyrostone Housing. Yeah, because there is a well right here. So I could make you smaller, which would then mean that I wouldn't have to get rid of you. Or I could put the meat hook on the same floor. And I think that might be what we do. Yeah, that might be the play, is we just put the meat hook on our floor, we stop using the Paraffin Thug. I mean, either way, we're gonna take this. And I'll take this, I guess, it barely matters. May as well take that. Just have endless extra Ember. So... yeah, that's fine. One of you gets extra burnout because I have room for extra things. And I've got a ton of gold. I guess you get reanimate because reasons. We're just leaving a slot open in case we hit multi-strike. And then I guess we'll dualism you. I don't want to dualism here because I don't want it to have burnout 2. It barely matters, mind you, and honestly you're just going to die to attack damage anyways, I suppose. But it doesn't matter. Okay, and then we are making another Lady of the House. Just to make sure I'm not crazy. So we have how much deployment numbers? 6. And we did reroll this. So 6 deployment number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. Or we could use you, but we're going to use you. So that's all of our deployment number. And then that's also 6 capacity, which works. That's fine. And so let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. I don't really need to get rid of all these, but it just makes everything more reliable. Alright, here we go. Everything should be fine. So, and then do I want Fade in front, or do I want to leave capacity for the multi-encasement? I think we want to do... Let's do this. We'll just play you up top. Okay. Well, you're going to get a bit of corruption. I'm not too worried about that. I will leave your ability for next turn. Also, the Twisted Back now gets permanent growth from the advanced growth, which is cute. So... First off, we're going to daze you. So you cannot corrupt our whole crew. You're still going to take a bunch of corruption, which is not ideal, but fine. I probably should have played the other one. Doesn't matter. Some guys in there. Reanimate. Taking a bunch of extra hits to kill. Oh, I mean, that's fine. Oh, you're just dying anyways. Don't need to do that. There we go. Fade's not dying because I have Seraph dazed, but whatever. And now that you're dying, I get extra Ember per turn, which is real nice. And then we just daze the shit out of you, and we continue winning pretty hard. Well, very soon we're gonna win. We just need him to come back down and pay for his sins. Ta-da! I don't know why I bothered reforming him. Anyways, there we go. Our deck is kind of silly. I definitely appreciate the Lady of the House rework. It's such a good change. It's a simple change, but it just gives the clan another cool unit and another way to synergize with a bunch of its cards. Which is good. I really appreciate it. And it gets rid of us having another vanilla unit in the game. Or at least more or less vanilla, because technically it started with Burnout. But that's not a very exciting thing overall. Anyways, we are just going to set up basically the same so we can daze him. Technically, it'd be nice to have the meat hook on a different floor, but fine. Always a good battle change they made, and Heart of the Pax Pyre still sucks. You need to buff the HP it has or something. It did get a buff. It does have more HP than it had. It went up by 10 or something. which I think puts it higher than where it originally was. Because when it first came out, they nerfed it by 5, I want to say. And so then I think they raised it by 10 now. I mean, none of this really matters. I guess we reform you just for the sake of dying. Who cares? Didn't even know it still feels really low. Like the HP max hit doesn't feel worth it for 1 extra draw with conditions. I think it's okay. I wouldn't be against it getting another buff by any means. But I do think people put a little too much emphasis on Pyre stats. But yeah, I do think it's on the weaker end of Pyres. But +1 draw is actually quite good. But yeah, I don't know. It being conditional certainly makes it worse, and overall it's a fine Pyre. There are definitely much better Pyres. Also, unsurprisingly, we have the kill here. We're just waiting for Dominion to die, as is so often the case. Our favorite minigame, waiting for Dominion. Yeah. And, like, again, technically I sort of could build in a different way to kill Dominion faster, but part of the issue with the fight is there's no reason to do so. There's no reason to make my deck weaker and gear it towards killing Dominion when I am more than strong enough. Like, that said, I am going to prevent Savagery from hurting me just for the sake of it. But, yeah. It's largely just a meaningless fight. Especially the fact that there is no time limit to this fight. Like, every other fight in the game, you go to Relentless after a certain period of time. Not the case here. And so it just, it doesn't matter. Ta-da! As long as you have enough HP, you just win the fight. It just takes slightly longer. But, yeah. Anyways, there we go. Below average damage taken. At least Proto Pyreheart kills fairly quickly. Yeah, I mean, that's the nicest thing I can say about it. It's still a lame Pyre, even though it is mathematically okay. But yeah, anyways. It's an okay Pyre. It deserves to be in the pool, but it is by far the blandest of them. Unsurprisingly, given that it has no ability. Anyways, Hothead Pyre Savagery, not a bad start. Golden Touch is cute, but it does compete with kills. And then Sharpen is fine. Big exciting moment when I learned there were Pyres other than Proto-Heart Cage. Yeah, fair enough. God, and we are up against Entropy, which is not really what we want. So Shadow's Sheath is interesting. Fierce Greed is my favorite. Fierce Greed is definitely very good. I would say it is one of the best Pyres. Or at least one of the universally best Pyres. There are some Pyres, like Savagery in particular, that are good in certain clan combos or in certain seeds. But like Fierce Greed is one of those that is just universally good and strong. Whereas like Savagery is very good if you are like picking it in certain clan combos. Can be very bad or like not extremely terrible, but like it can basically just do nothing good for you in a lot of clan combos. And the fact that it has dramatically lower HP is a detriment. Yeah, it kind of balances out a little bit because it's the highest attack of any of the Pyres. But even so, it can be a detriment. Especially because the lower max HP also means you are healing less every time you are doing a healing node because they are percentage based. But anyways. Almost makes it worth losing Vapor Funnel. Make sure it's more fun. Yeah, I mean, I think it's overall good for the game for Vapor Funnel to be gone, or more particularly, Light's Gift, the one that dazes on top floor. That's the one that really is best to be gone from the game, particularly since there's no longer Seraph the Chaste. Because Seraph the Chaste at least made Light's Gift a problem in some runs. Where you could, like, rely on it all the way to Seraph, but you'd still have to have an answer for the Seraph fight. Which was Light's Gift. Enemies get dazed, one, when they enter top floor. So if you're playing a top floor only setup, you're effectively immune to enemy damage outside of bosses. But Seraph the Chaste purged debuffs and buffs, essentially. And so every other turn would still get rid of the daze on enemies, so you would still have to have some defense for that. Anyways, all this said, I think we're taking Shadow Sheath. And we'll see what we do. We could build into Wilden 10 instead of Hothead, as long as we see Strangler. Anyways, we're taking Shadow Sheath. We have a winning run right here. Okay, do we want to take Strangler? I didn't want to take Strangler, but I'll tell you right now that it is probably better than the Hothead, since we do have to contend with all of this shenanigans. Sure. I'll take Strangler. Although it does feel a little cheesy that we basically already have a win. I hate the sound that Hothead makes when you put him down. Anyways, have some extra stats, and have some extra stats. Well, he continues his stealth, and they don't get to escape. And here we go. And he's just getting permanent scaling, and he's getting temporary scaling from the stealth as well. Oh look, Wilden 10 kills everyone. Who would have guessed such a thing might occur? Ta-da! Okay. Wildwood Sap is actually okay for us here. Just because we do take damage from, like, corruption enemies, and we do take damage from, like, spikes. If we didn't have Pyre of Savagery, we might want, like, Razor Sharp Edge. But he's going to gain so much attack over time. I don't love the Calcified Ember. I will take this. Whatever, we're not going to take those. Lava Flow's fine. Maybe should have taken that, but it's mostly going to be irrelevant. Don't really want the Sharpen. Could do Holy Stone on, like, the Sharpen. I think we're just gonna re-roll for... yeah, I kind of want to remove Consume and Double Stack. I'm just gonna do this, I guess. Doesn't matter. The new Animus' speed is kind of cute. And we could have taken the Sweep unit, but we could also just use Wilden 10. Oh no, a bunch of low health enemies. However shall we handle such a fate? Yeah, I'll just do that. Because it gets higher attack bonus than not doing that. And if and when we eventually get If he runs out of stealth and relentless, then the spikes sort of matter. Anyways, we'll just avoid taking the damage and let Wilden 10 just murder everything. Ta-da! Look at him go. Truly a man of the people. He's already up to 31 attack. Not bad. Given that he starts at 10. Sure. I'll take the alchemy, I guess. It's not really going to do a bunch for us. Anyways, we're going here, and we're looking for Bloodthirsty Blade. Soul Smelter... also okay. Yeah, I think we want to live the Soul Smelter life. And we're going to do this. Because it doesn't matter what else I'm playing in deployment. I suppose I should have done this first. Nope, not taking those. Yeah, and I wouldn't have enough gold if I re-roll. Awakening Thicket is fine, but not important enough for me right now. Okay. Well, his rage isn't gonna matter too much. As long as there's always things for me to kill. That's what we care about. And because we root enemies, they don't get to escape us. You know, I'm gonna do this, which I have been ignoring as an option. So we're just gonna get some horde built up, because why the fuck not? I do kind of want to get rid of the Calcified Ember, but I also want to get my horde, so here we are. We are going to get a bunch of horde just from Wilden 10 ruining everything. You know what? Let's do that. I'm reasonably confident we don't need to actually be doing these things. Because what's the conversion rate for every 4 soul? Yeah, we should be fine, because we're going to go to at least 16, which gets us 4, which just pops us over the top, so we don't need to do anything more here. In your opinion, what's the weakest clan after the changes? Good question. Awoken still has some weaknesses. Overall, they're pretty fine now, though. The changes they got definitely helped them quite a bit with some of their worst situations. Luna and Pyreborn still have some concerns, but again, got some support for where they were lacking. And Hellhorn is a bit on the weaker side, but again, they're pretty like versatile. I do still want to see a couple changes to Hellhorn. Namely, I want to see Welder Helper change to be AoE. I think that Branded Warrior could probably go up a bit in stats. Horned Warrior as well could go up in stats now that it's been fairly power crept. Since Horned Warrior is still good since it says multi-strike on it, but like it is just on the weaker end of things now. Like, yeah, anyways. Did the Animus of Will also go up to, like, 8 HP? Yeah, still down to 3 attack, but, like, Horned Warrior could get some extra stats, or it could get something else. Like, I don't know. There's some changes I'd like to see to Hellhorn. Also, my personal vendetta is Demon Fiend, which I know is a losing battle because there's plenty of people who like it because it is strong in its current state, but God, I hate the current state of this unit. It just trivializes the early game, while also it's just an incredibly boring unit. And especially at lower Covenant, it even more trivializes the early game. Like, a 1 Demon Fiend can, like, solo the first 3 rings. And I think that's a really bad state for an uncommon unit to be in. Like, it doesn't scale particularly well into the late game. Yes, it is trample, which is important, but, like, it's not a great unit later on, though there are ways to use it well. It's just underwhelming. I just really dislike it. Animus of Will with the Cultivate unit feels really fun. Yeah, it is good, and that is fun. I do want to see Awoken Hollow change still so that it, like, either buffs more than it currently does, or, more preferably, I would very much like to see Awoken Hollow's Rejuvenate trigger be changed so that it buffs itself and then cultivates. That is what I very much want for Awoken Hollow. Don't know if we're ever going to get that. That is my personal thing. Anyways, do we want Old Growth? Kind of. I don't think we really need it. Since my only healing is the Wildwood Sap, and it would be expensive to combine with the Soul Smelter, kind of. I think we're just going to not do that. Don't need Wildwood Tome if we're perma-stealth, and Death Roar does not matter to us. Does not matter. Kind of want to pick the Magma Mauler, but doesn't matter. The problem is, even if we want like something to tank for Wilden 10, they're not going to be gaining stealth at the same rate he is, and so they're just going to be, you know, pecked to death by enemies. Unless I take, like, Predator, which we might want to take Predator, because if we go to Predator 2, then he'll get Multi-Strike, which would be good. Anyways, we're just going to take Ember here for a number of reasons. We're definitely looting this. I'll take Hidden Coffers. I think we're taking Golden Idol. Although Lightstone Casing could be cute with, like, Alchemy. That really feels so bad. Props to me for making it work. Are you talking about Shadow Sheath? It is a very... It's a situational but very strong artifact. If you just pick it up on a whim, it can really fuck with you. But it's very good if you build into it correctly. Anyways, I don't know. I kind of want Golden Idol. It represents a lot of gold getting it this early. Yeah, fine. We're not really... We don't need that. That's fine. Do I want Merchant of Trinkets? Kind of. Like, Emblem of the Exiles would be a good pickup for us. Attuned Whetstone kind of would be, except for the part where I already made the Soul Smelter deployable. But I could always set up a different equipment. What else would I care about? Not a ton. Well, we're going to go here anyways. I'm going to tell you right now, I should go for the Merchant Magic. We're not going to. Okay. Well. Nope, that's fine. It doesn't matter. If I were actually using other units, I would care. I actually probably should have taken Arcus's Wing. Well, I don't know. Anyways, so here's the moment of truth. Do we go with Strangler so that it has higher HP? Or do we go Predator so that we can get Multi-Strike later? I don't have Strangler 3. I mean, I know why I don't have Strangler 3, because there's almost no reason to take it, and I almost never start with Strangler. Okay, I'll tell you right now, I guess we're taking Strangler. Even though it would be really nice to have the Multi-Strike, but that's fine. Okay, fine. Yeah, Shadow Sheath, it's like, screw your strategy, but Ring 0 can be really nice. Deck Defining is a good way to put it. Yeah, I mean, you can still pick it up later. I'm gonna do this right now. I can't afford whatever I reroll. Fuck. That's what I was hoping for earlier, and I rerolled partly just to know if it was here. Because if it's here, it means it will never show up elsewhere. Definitely wanted that more than I wanted Attuned Whetstone. Whatever. That's sad. Oh well. Means we're never getting extra boss relics. fine. I don't really need them. Though we do need a better strategy for dealing with the Titan fight, kind of. I am mad that I didn't get that, but whatever. I'm going to put this here just in case the collector spawns there. And I'm going to put some things down so I can golden touch them later if I want to. You know what? I should be doing that with you just in case I actually want to use you later. I suspect I don't, but just in case. The point being is that I should be giving the kills to the hothead instead of any other loser, i.e. the train steward. Let's just get the extra draw, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. You may notice that we have what we in the biz call a lot of stealth. Cannot hit friendly fire with breath. Nope. It is a targeted ability. Or, I'm sorry, is a non-targeted ability, is what I mean to say. It just hits the entire floor. You actually can't even use it unless there are enemies on the floor, which is a bit weird, because it's kind of inconsistent. Actually, I'm sorry. Just for min-maxing sake, we actually don't need to play both of those golden touches, because we already are getting at least 4 soul, which is actually going to be a lot more soul. We're just doing this. Oh, except I have 10 max, don't I? It's fine. We're still going to get more soul than more than we currently have, because those guys have reanimate and stuff. And anyways, we easily hit 10. Don't need engraft. Don't really need focus growth, but maybe take it. I don't know. I'm gonna take focus growth. It's unlikely that I care. I'll take the Hireborn Brain Spike. I will take the Bellows, I guess. I will take the Avarice. Still mad that I locked myself out of getting what we wanted, but that's fine. Anyways, we're going here. Cursed Dragon Staff is not what we want. Zone of Silence is maybe a thing we want. Yeah, I'm gonna take that just as a bit of safety. Especially because I'm also gonna be getting a bunch of extra gold anyways soon. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Okay, what I really wanted was equipment, and I did not get equipment. Or at least not equipment that I care about in the slightest. I am going to, I think, take the more reasonable option of doing the Wildwood Sap. I was considering doing the Pyroborn Brain Spike here, but we'll do this, I guess. Okay, so you can have that, and we'll just Zone of Silence, just in case anything matters. Though I do not really expect anything to matter. Unfortunately, you guys sort of die to... I guess I'm going to play you there. I guess you do have Avarice. So you know what? He'll do that. Right. In a weird interaction, by the way, he does actually give himself one attack. Because him exploding himself counts as a slave for Pyre of Savagery. Very weird. Not what I would expect. But it is how it works. Anyways, he goes there and does some things. Yeah, this is the problem, is I want things I can kill with the Golden Touch that are not enemies that Wilden 10 is already going to kill. So, nothing I can do about that. I mean, I could have just not killed the Whelp last turn, but hey. Okay, I was going to do things differently, but I guess we'll do this, and then we'll just give you a little bit of extra Avarice. I do want to get rid of the Calcified Ember. I did also want to give him a bunch of Avarice, but I also want to get higher Horde, so... Calcified Ember is never leaving this deck. It does feel like that. Technically playing these things out means that I get slightly more gold from the Avarice. Oh well. This Wilden 10 is something. Yeah, I mean, admittedly, it would have been better if I went with Predator for the multi-strike, but that's fine. I was hoping to get Void Armaments so that we could make a super equipment with the Whetstone and just draw it for free. I'm not going to bother with the Sacrificial Chamber. I will loot this. Didn't hit 10, doesn't really matter. Sure, you can have the Sharpened Teeth. Not helpful, though we will take the Hellheart. Kind of want the Merchant of Trinkets just because I am sitting on a bunch of golds. Unfortunately, the main thing I care about is no longer in there. I could go here just looking for, like, Spell Chain or Holdover on the Wildwood Sap, which is kind of nice. Could also do, like, Intrinsic on the Brain Spike, which is cute. Or... I don't know. I think we're going to go here anyways. Sure. Sure. Don't think I need Ancient Pyre Tap. I'll take Split Anvil. I don't really need Prismatic Dragon Scale. I don't take Pyre damage, but... fine. Okay, get Wrath ability. Sadly, can't give it to Wilden 10. Sure, enjoy your Wrath, who cares? And let's get rid of the Sharpen. And let's get rid of the Sharpen. And I'll just leave the rest for now. Okay. Kill shouldn't matter. Rather than do the Zone of Silence, I'm actually going to play out the other units just so I can get a bit of extra gold off the Avarice. And I guess I'll let you block the Corruption. Because that is the one thing I'm sort of trying to avoid. But there's not a lot of Corruption in this fight. Also, we can just put down Zone of Silence now. And also, we have the regen from the Wild with Sap anyways. Oh, and I did already forget that I have Split Anvil, which is cute. Yeah, whatever, who cares? Yes, look at all that sweet, sweet gold. Alright, well, we're not getting rid of the Calcified Ember still, because we're gonna do this. Oh, and I did take Prismatic Dragon Scale. I did forget that I wanted to not take damage. Oh well, not a big deal. Like, we're still gonna get a bunch of Horde anyways. Sure, we'll just still not get rid of the Horde. Or get rid of the Ember. Someday, maybe. Whatever. Technically, I gain slightly less gold because now he dies, but it's such a small amount that I don't really care. Yeah, I already have tons of Horde. So I'll just blow you up for gold instead. I'm definitely focusing a bit too much on the Horde. I will finally get rid of that, though. And then we just beat him to death and extract gold from him every step of the way. Alright. Adaptive Mutation, not really what we need. If I had Rage, that'd be a different story, but I don't. We are gonna skip that. I guess I'll take Draw. The Ember is nice, though. Fine. I don't know. These largely don't matter. I do like Magma Core. Magma Core at least does something for me. Sure. Oh. We heal that couple HP. We finally get Strangler 3 in the logbook. Sure, you can have Spell Chain. Sure. Oh, I should have done holdover on that one instead of double stack. What I was hoping for was remove consume on the brain spike. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just minus cost this. My level of caring is pretty low, given that most of our problems are solved. I mean, like, still a little worried for the corruption coming up later. And we don't have that much attack, actually, but we have enough. Okay, we'll just go ahead and kill you, which does also zero cost these, thanks to Split Anvil. I will play you there, just in case the collector shows up there. Alright, exciting stuff. Give you a bunch of Avarice, which also zero costs all these. I forgot that it does that, which is annoying. Didn't need to use the ability, but fine. It's not like the ability is going to matter at any other point in this fight, so... I am actually just going to play you here instead of playing the Wild and Sap so I can get a bunch of extra gold off of you. Also, technically, every time I kill them, I'm increasing their attack, though that does not matter. So I already have 14 soul. We should be fine without actually harvesting anymore. Especially if I just don't take pyre damage, I'll also get the 3 from Prismatic Dragon Scale. Oh, fuck. I didn't think this through. Yeah. I knew that could happen. Didn't occur to me that she spawns with so many units that is actually a problem for us. And more to the point, we just needed one more dude dead. Alright, I do need to reset that. I forgot that was a possibility at this moment. Okay. Well, we're going to set up slightly higher. Which does give me slightly more time to adjust to things. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then I do take a little bit of damage because I don't kill things on first turn. That's fine. We can handle that. Okay. So how chill has it been? Largely pretty good, up until mere moments ago. Surprised it doesn't freeze the floor. It should. Is a weird interaction that it doesn't. I assume it's unintended that it doesn't. And it's the sort of thing that I expect will probably get fixed later. Maybe it won't because it's just low importance. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, and so one more turn before a Thane comes in. Technically, I could be doing a lot more damage to guys if I just weren't playing out the Vengeful Shards, because it would mean that every time my Pyre gets hit, the Magma Core activates, puts Pyre Gel on enemies. Oh well, that's fine. We should still be fine, because I am going to be killing off a bunch more units this turn. And that should be all we need. Because there will be 2 units here still, and then plus the 5 that she... Because the statue doesn't move. She creates a new one after ascending, but that should work out in our favor still. Okay. So it should be fine. Yeah. Scared me for one moment just because she takes a moment to ascend after everyone else because she destroys the floor first. But it's all good. Everything's fine. Never in doubt. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. Yeah, this is why multi-strike would be really nice. Yeah, I don't really need the Restoring Retreat. Technically, having a unit to put, like, Endless on could be nice, but we are just going to take the Dragon's Breath. We are going to greed this shit. I will take that, I guess. I will take that, I guess. None of these matter. I haven't been upgrading units. Emblem of the Exiles is good. That largely mitigates our problems. So you're telling me that getting Void Armament and fusing it would be nice? Yeah, I mean, I 100% have been trying to do that. Happily would if it shows. Does not help. Largely doesn't help. I will take this. Dante's Footstool doesn't help unless I get another room that I want. Which I could take Awakening Thicket. I am going to take Overgrowth Carapace. Not what I want. But I will still take this just because having some equipment is good for me. I could get Inferno Room if I want. And technically the Quick on the Dagger is useful, since I won't be able to kill anything turn 1 with Willed Intent in the Titan fight, because it's a dumb fight and there were no minions to kill in that turn. So you can't get any Slay triggers. It'd be free to play too. I mean, that's why I'm talking about it, because we can get Dante's Footstool. Don't really need the Curse Vines, but I have plenty of gold, so I'll greed for it anyways. Do I care about that? Or Enchanted Chamber? Don't really care about Enchanted Chamber. Inferno Room doesn't matter to us, though. It would really only be useful as extra damage versus, like, Savagery and Entropy. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Why not? I've got the gold. I don't really care. Who cares? Get rid of the weakest whelp. And we will dupe either the Wildwood Sap or the Dragon's Breath. Make the Dagger Paste deployable. We don't need to, because we took Attuned Whetstone earlier. It just hasn't mattered because we haven't had a non-deployable equipment for the longest time. Which is, again, partly why I was hoping to get Void Armament, because the extra 3 costs on it would not matter. So, do I want to do Dragon's Breath, or do I want to do this? I think we just want to do this. Like, we're going to be okay overall. I'm not too worried about things, but hey. Okay, so you go here. I think we're still giving you the Soul Smelter for one more battle. I don't actually want to kill any of these. So we're just going to play that to 0 cost things for the sake of it, and do this, and then hit you because I can. Sure, let's do that, even though I can't 0 cost the Spell Chain copies. Again, Multi-Strike would be really helpful. Oh well, so be it. We should be largely fine. The Sap does kind of fuck with us, but so be it. Again, that would be sort of some of the benefit of... I guess I could have done that down here. Don't care. That would be sort of some of the benefit of the Carapace, is that it would offset some of this. Because it would give me extra scaling every turn. Oh, yep, sure enough, he did escape, but that's not the end of the world. Okay. Well, since I can hit you here, let's hit you here. I could be generating a lot more Pyre Gel if I was just letting the things ping my Pyre. But I haven't, so here we are. Okay, yeah. As long as he doesn't skip the floor, we should be fine. One of the guys did, but that doesn't matter. It just means we miss out on one kill, but fine. Ta-da! And then we once again cash out 10 Horde. And life is wonderful. None of these matter to us, mind you, but like, we've barely upgraded any cards. Nothing is important. Sure. Have some Pyre Gel dragons. I don't know. Technically, they can do some stuff for us. They basically don't matter. I could play out, like, the Hothead during deployment here, and then just block a little bit of corruption. Okay, so you're going to go there. I think we will do that. You're going to get that, and then we do that, and then we do that, and just play you out as well for the sake of it. Okay, so, give a little bit of armor. We're going to apply a little bit of Pyre Gel. Could have given you regen and a bit of extra health. Don't wanna. May as well do that on you, I guess. Because you are gonna die next turn anyways. And yeah, you didn't get the bonus because there's no capacity yet. That's fine. We knew that was gonna be the case. I mean, I could just avoid this, but I'm not going to. I did do that in the wrong order, but that's fine. I was supposed to do this first for the Pyre Gel. Honestly, you should probably be letting the Curse of Entropies hit the Pyre. Kind of want to play with the Soul Smelter, but we'll just do this. You know what? Let's just let you hit the Pyre. I got HP. It is a lot of damage, mind you, but fine. And it will take me some amount of time to kill Savagery as is. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that to just hurt you a little bit more, since you do have a fair bit of Pyre Gel on you. Honestly, I could have healed you, because you are gaining a lot of stats. Whatever. Anyways, Dominion is basically dead. You're not. Oh, well. I guess I'll prevent those this time. And then I'll let that ping. Unfortunately, like, Savagery is the one that's going to take me longest to kill. So I do have to be a little mindful of that. At least if I don't fill up my hand, I get the Vine Grasp, which does actually matter at the moment. Because he has enough Pyrogel on him that it does represent a fair bit of damage. Also, the Inferno room is helping kill him as well with the extra damage. But yeah, this is the problem, is I am pretty slow to kill him. Willem 10 looks like he's eating some industrial-grade fertilizer. Pyroth is another resource. I mean, it is. The problem is I need to make sure I don't run out of it before we get to Savagery's death. Because I do actually take a fair bit of damage all the time. But that's fine. We're doing what we can to mitigate it. Oh, I actually don't want to do too much of this. Yeah, that's fine. I'll let these ping. Yeah, that's fine. It is a bit much. Like, I'm losing tons of health on this fight just because I'm very slow to kill Savagery. Also because, again, I did just purposefully take some damage from some of the curses. Either way, it's fine. We got there. Inferno Room is finishing him off. Strong run. I mean, other than the Titan fight, but yes. I mean... We basically didn't care about any fight except for the one where we let Athane bypass bottom floor on accident. But yeah, basically steamrolled with a single unit, yes. That is why I said more or less as soon as we saw that we had Pyre Savagery, and especially Pyre Savagery with Shadow's Sheath, we had everything we needed. Even if we hadn't gotten Strangler, we could have just picked up any sweep unit and we could have done the same thing. Or to a slightly lesser degree, we could have used the Hothead. We just would have wanted some cooldown reduction or something else to support it. Which there were a number of ways we could have done that, maybe. But, oh, I did mean to check the run summary. Because, of course, you can't go to run history except on this screen. So what do you end at? 249. Not actually that high, but, like, pretty high for, you know, for it all being from Pyre of Savagery. He killed almost every single unit in the run. There was a couple that he didn't kill. But because he roots them on strike, he just murdered them all. Also, what is his base attack anyways at Strangler 3? 40. So, like 209 or whatever extra attack from Pyre of Savagery alone. Plus all the attack he was getting from the Shadow Sheath as well. But anyways, yeah, that was a run. It's kind of cute. Definitely don't want all of my runs to be like that because it's a little samey and a little silly. But, you know, it was nice to do. That said, I think we're stopping there. I would like to continue, but, you know, I got other things to do. So, we're stopping there for the night. We'll be back tomorrow like normal. We'll play more Monster Train. We'll either be doing more random, or I might work up the energy to start doing the Hat Trick Challenge. I do really want to do Hat Trick, but it is nice to do just some random runs, get different pairings that I would purposefully pick myself. Because, like, as far as Hat Trick is, it would be another long challenge where we are always picking our pairings specifically to maximize success. Which, to be fair, really need to do that for Hat Trick, because it is not easy. Or at least wasn't easy in Monster Train 1. I don't think it's going to be much easier in Monster Train 2. But I do look forward to doing it. It seems like it's going to be a fun thing. Cat, I just set you down. Anyways. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for being here.